Assalamu alaikum. It's nice to see you again as we continue to discuss the divine characteristics of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how we can integrate the characteristics of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into our daily lives to improve our relationships with our spouses and our children. Today, the name that we're going to discuss is Al-Wahhab. Al-Wahhab means the gift giver. And when we think of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we recognize that each and every day is a gift to us. And within each and every day, there is also gift upon gift upon gift. Now, in our relationships, particularly in our marriage relationships, we can also see the importance and the benefits of giving gifts and also receiving gifts. You know, when we look at the marriage relationships, there is a way of recognizing how each individual in the marriage relationship recognizes love or feels loved. According to Gary Chapman, a researcher who has studied marriages and relationships, there are 5 different love languages that people encompass in their lives. One of those languages is gift giving. Now, oftentimes when someone is going through a premarital counseling session and we begin to identify which language of love they may speak, and when the result may come in as gift giving one of those languages, many times the response of the spouse is, oh, that's so materialistic, or, why would you only express love or receive love through gift giving? But in reality, the one whose language of love is the language of gift giving is not necessarily someone who is materialistic. Many times the one who speaks that language of gifting may simply be the type where, let's say, husband and wife are taking a walk together, and the wife sees a leaf on a tree or a flower growing in the grass and compliments that. If the husband, let's say, were to pick that leaf or to pick that flower and hand it to the wife, in that moment, the person who speaks the language of gifting will feel loved and will feel that there is a reciprocation towards the spouse. So when we think of gift giving, again, we know that the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam would give gifts as a sign of goodwill, as a sign of connecting to people, not just with his family members, not just with his spouses, but with neighbors, with people that he wanted to show that goodwill towards. And this is something that we can incorporate into our own lives by recognizing that gift giving is not always about the materialistic, but it's often about the thought that goes into it. And sometimes the smallest gift can go the longest way. So just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Wahhab, the giver of gifts, we should try to incorporate that in our lives as well, to be of those who give gifts and who show our love through giving gifts, not in a materialistic way, but in a way that shows that we put thought into it. So Jazakumullahu khair for listening. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us to be of those who bring smiles to faces and warmth to hearts by giving gifts for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum.